Oh, my tender heart. There be a muffin. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Name's Shannon. Come here, fairly often. Some people would say pretty much every day. From around here. I think I would have noticed you before. Something so beautiful would so rarely be, missed if I didn't see with what? Huh? What? Shit? What? I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. I don't know what my brain is anymore. It's pudding. Also, my coldest foot. Thanks, jackass. My foot is cold. I filled up ice cube trays and put them in the freezer. They had not frozen yet. Then I swung the freezer door open like a jackass and just spilt them all over my foot. It's great. By that, I mean sarcastically, that was great. Therefore not great. Also, I'm pretty sure my toes are broken. I don't know how it happened, but it occurs to me that after about 3 or 4 weeks of just noticing, this always hurts when I do anything with my foot ever, including just stand. There might be something wrong. It's definitely cancer of the foot, bone toes, and no one can tell me differently. What the fuck? Anyway, hey, hi-ho, and howdy everyone, my name is Shannon Shook, and welcome to yet again another episode of some fruity-licious goodness. It's tasty fresh. Put that shit in a pie and eat it. What the fuck? I'm confused. Anyway, before we get started, let's talk about some stuff on the channel. Number one, that's right, boys and girls, we've actually made it to choices. But for realsies, not just like some, well, maybe if you click this one, this will also lead you to also being possible down the road with the girl Sachi. But for now, that's real choices. We had to turn down our girl Makina. It felt bad, even if she's arguably still definitely my least favorite, but I love her still, and I don't want her to be hurt, but also stop beating up my best friend. Other things, yeah, so we made it to there. Other things on the channel. We just started, We Never Learn, Carolyn Tuesday, and Yoga this week. So if you guys are excited for any of those, give them a look with your eyeballs and be all like, that's tasty. Now I want to put them in my mouth. I had them in the eyes, now I want them in my mouth. And that sounds weird. Why is it in my eyes? And you're like, well, that's how sight do. But it doesn't go in your eyes. But it does because it's the light go... That's how sight works. Figured it out. I don't know, man. Anyway, other things that happened in the last bit of stuff. JB showed up and was being shifty as fuck. And also, I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know if you could tell. I don't like her. I don't hate her, but I don't like her. Actually I was a little worried about after I finished recording those. I was kind of sitting out through the rest of the week and like thinking back to all the stuff that happened when I was like making thumbnails and stuff. I was like, it's kind of a shitbag to JB. That being said, I don't like her. I don't trust her. Like, I don't fully know where she stands on treating Yuji like a human being, I guess is the best way to describe it. Like, just because they're both a part of the same little group, I just immediately assume she's a garbage piece of shit. But I don't necessarily know that. I just assume it. So it'll be interesting to see whether it gets proven that I should hate her with the fury of 1,000 suns, or if I should be like, she wasn't so bad, she cared about the boy. Don't know yet. At this point, I'm still erring on the side of cautiously saying go fuck yourself. Maybe that's just the bias towards another blonde speaking. I don't know. It cannot be confirmed, but it can absolutely be assumed. Anyway, there's all that. I don't think I have anything else really crazy to talk about instead. Sadly, I don't think we're gonna be able to make it to having the Meech fucking choice being on episode 50, which is sad because I wanted that to work out perfectly. But I don't think that's how that's gonna work. Also, we're almost 50 fucking episodes in. What the shit? That's like where we just talked about it the other day. I think we made it to 72 on Katawa Shoujo and finished 2 routes in that process. Fuck, this game is long. It's like, oh, we did Hanako and Rin in this amount of time. Okay, let's just move on. Yeah, no, I think I left off on 72 on that. God, I want to finish. I love that game so much, man. It still is one of my favorite. It's still like my top 3. I still don't know where it lands, but it's like that. It's the eternal struggle between that, the Mass Effect trilogy, and fucking Sun and Moon. I don't know where those 3 just fucking. There's 3. That's technically what? That's technically like 12. Anyway, it's good. I still want to someday get around to doing that one big project, but that's such a pain in the ass. There's a lot of projects I really want to do, but that's still one of them. I need to get back into voice acting in general, and that's something I really want to see happen. I would try and work on something like this, but I feel like that'd be frowned upon because they already have VAs, but they don't have English VAs. That's the real shenanigans of it all. That also being said, it would also kill me inside to have to replace Meech's VA, and I can't do that yet. Yeah, no, it just sounds wrong to say. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move on because I have nothing else of importance to add, and it can be argued I didn't have anything of importance to add during any of that shit I just said anyway. So we're gonna get started here once again. Bring it back, Makina, with the adorable Yanni Doos. Delightful. Also, because Sun and Moon is now on the brain, when I listen to her do her little thing, that yawn specifically reminds me so much of this is such a fucking obscure. Okay, so who here is, number one, who here is a Pokemon fan? Also, who here is old enough to remember fucking Hey You Pikachu? Who also is old enough, gives a shit enough to remember again a game that doesn't fucking work, and it was remembers that whenever you would go to sleep at the end of the night, Pikachu would snuggle up on the bed or whatever, and then would do a little yawn, and it sounds almost exactly like that. And it's just, I have that little just memory in my brain. Go to bed at the end of each day, and yeah, but just slightly more high pitched. No one cares, but that's just where I am in life. Moving on. That's pretty sleepy Makina. Look at her little face. She looks like she's trying to be an anteater. A very drunk anteater. Drunk anteater. Yeah. Again, I think I mentioned it at the end of the last episode, but I don't like him going off, and it's to be expected, I think, that I just am not a fan of it. Just anything not involving him being with them is upsetting to me. Which doesn't bode well for me, I don't think. But just like, he's becoming a human being, and you're dragging his ass off to do what can only be assumed to be some fucked shit. So just stop it. Get some help. She's gonna stay up and be a sweetheart, cause she is. Yeah. Cause she's a mega muffin, and I love her. Stay off the boy's bed for just a minute, please. It occurs to me that. Knowing you would absolutely just fall asleep head first under the fucking iron. And you're supposed to be red in the face because you blushy, not because you... No. Oh. Oh, she'll pass out directly in the hall, right outside the door, like, bye, bye, close, wham. Thump. That's all you hear from the outside. Oh. Same day, same time. Par for the course. None to feel guilty about. It's true. Yes. The girl. I glanced down at the watch on my left wrist. It's 10 p.m. already, and they ate dinner at 7, so there's no way she's still gonna be... You don't know Amane, my boy. It's true. Cause see, it's the thing, I don't know what to think about her. Cause again, she's like a sassy back and forth with Yuji all the time. So I feel like with the relationship that they seem to have, I don't think she's a complete and utter douchebag, but I also don't know. It's the real thing is I don't know, it's just how much is him used to being in the situation he's in, or what. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on fucking BJ over here. Then again, I was always kind of being hard on BJ. Phrasing. But like, I don't know, it's one of those things where I don't know. Again, I don't know if I'm being too hard or what, so I guess the normal thing would be to just fucking keep reading and see. But where's the fun in that? I really don't think she's that inflexible. Darling, I'm on my way out. Wait, you gotta hold up on the darling. We're not there yet, man. Again, last route. I'm sorry, it's rough. What's the point? She'll be at the dorm soon. True. I think. Maybe. What? I have no right to talk. We've discussed my situations and romance before. Let's just say I would always lose in the chess games because other people were doing other stuff. Like, I didn't read his dialogue at all. I was like, too busy feeling sorry for myself. Let's go back up there. Does getting in contact all of 10 minutes earlier make that much of a difference? Yes. Yes, it does. I agree. Getting a lecture about women from JB is distinctively aggravating, but I don't think she's wrong. I take my private cell phone out of my work clothes breast pocket and pause for a moment and thought. No, I don't think I will after all. You're assuming that Amane's still waiting, but there's a chance she gave it up hours ago. But is there really? Oh, but is there really? But also, even if that was the case, then she'd realize how much you cared about the thing, even though you had to be told to do it because it... Shut up. If I call her now and get a, oh, sorry, I was asleep, it would be pretty damn awkward. Because again, see, here she seems very, like, human and nice and cool. So I don't know. Again, I'm probably being too harsh on her. If there's some reason I need to worry about that, I'll take appropriate measures. This is true. True. Boy, girl next door is what I've always, like, he's just like, love thy name. Oh! God, I need to replace this desk. Damn it. I can't think of any reason why she'd be angry. I told Amane beforehand she'd be late, but I don't remember her asking her to wait for me, damn it. If she's still waiting anyway, logically speaking, it's nobody's fault but her own. But for some reason, I do feel like I should at least come up with something of an excuse. Am I losing my edge or something? Yeah, but that's a good thing. You don't need to be an edgelord, son. You need to be a good boy. There's nobody who knows better about being the goodest of boys than the man's Kyle. So I will be your love instructor for the evening. Tell her you want some of that apple pie. Wait, her thing was apples, wasn't it? Again, isn't like one of them? I can never remember which one. I need to sneeze. Holy shit. Fucking brain just exploded. Oh my god, Jesus. Dear Lord, where the fuck was I again? I don't know. Lost all sense of fucking direction. I can never remember which of the three of Makina, Sachi, and Amane get their representative fruits switched about in like the anime and the original and whatnot. It's because then again, one's apple, one's strawberry, one's cherry. I want to say, if I remember correctly, cherry is Amane, so therefore the apple pie joke doesn't make any sense and is stupid, and I shouldn't have made it, and you know this. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's Sachi and Makina that get flipped between strawberry and apple. So this was a completely pointless detour. But that's even better, because I was making an apple pie joke, because, like, vagina. But also, now you can be like, she's my cherry pie, subba-dubba-dub with the whipped cream, baby. What? Whatever. Appreciate you going out of your way to drop me off. I'm definitely being too mean to her. Do me a favor and try. Do me a favor. Do me a favor and try not to call me out for every little thing. All right. When you tried to stab that man in the face, you tripped over your shoes. I'm aware. All right, JB. See you later. What does he want this time? I'm gonna need you to take like 12 steps back, ma'am. What is this all of a sudden? Why are you getting out of the car? You will do nothing of the sort. You are the wrong blonde. What? Bitch. The fuck? Suddenly, JB twines her arms around me and draws close, planting a kiss on the side of my face with the force of a speed of a rattlesnake striking its prey. That just kept going. Also, number 2, please don't talk about rattlesnakes and striking prey, because as we've discussed in the past, that is a trigger for me. How did I not die? Why did he just sit there? There's no reason I shouldn't be dead. Just said, hey dude, what's up? How you doing? I'm gonna go inside. Like, I still don't understand that. I'm still not 100% convinced I didn't die at that moment, and that this isn't all just some weird fever dream while I'm dying in a coma on a hospital bed at the age of like 4. So, as of this moment, it cannot be proved that that isn't what happened. It's a hell of a dream. Speaking of dreams, I took a nap the other day, and I woke myself up mid-dream through the dumbest way possible, because I'm a light sleeper. This is not relevant, but I almost died by a rattlesnake. Let me tell you about this dream I had that has nothing to do with rattlesnakes. Anyway, I took a nap, and apparently I'm a much lighter sleeper than I thought. Like, I will always wake up. I will never wake up when someone's knocking on the door. I will always wake up when someone is about a foot away from knocking on the door for some reason. Would you think, oh, you must live at the end of the hall where no one walks down to, so when you notice it, it's very no, people run across this fucking door all the time. It's like, as soon as they're like, to knock on the door, I'm like, okay, I'm up. Bam, there it is. And same thing with, like, alarm clocks. Again, like, I think I just have a really good internal alarm system where, like, oh, I set an alarm for fucking 3 o'clock. Cool, awesome. I will be up at 3:20 or 2:27, and then the alarm will go. It doesn't make any sense. What does my brain know that I don't? Am I a time wizard for realsies? Point is, apparently I'm really easy to wake up. That being said, so I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of my dream, and then suddenly I hear bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, oh, cool, someone's knocking on the door. I immediately get the fuck up. Just wait, holy shit, I'm up. Okay, cool. Run to the door, open up, like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And there's no one there. Look over there, there's no one there. Go around the corner, no one there. Awesome, cool. I fucking dreamt myself getting the door knocked on, and then woke myself up with that. My brain is retarded. I woke myself up with a knock on the door that wasn't real. It's stupid. Also, again, how did I not die because of rattlesnake? Moving on. Stop that. Get some help. Yourself. Seriously, nauseating. Fucking shooting stars at me. You Rose discount Rosalina looking ass. Doesn't make any sense. Her hair's completely different. Also, I always really liked her design. Not you. The other one. Oh wait, she has a car, not a... No. What the fuck? JB lets out a single, a high-pitched giggle unworthy of her years and swings back into her car, kicking her high heels vigorously up into the air. In the next moment, she's speeding noisily off into the, night. Did you, like, dive in like the Duke boys? What the hell was that all about? Question, is Amane watching? Because she would be doing some silly shit, then I would believe it. When JB acts like that, it means she's up to something. I can't imagine what she possibly hoped to accomplish with this time, but she's best to err on the side of caution when dealing with that woman's schemes. Some sort of trap? No, the tits are too big for that. It's anime, they're not. I mumbled to myself uneasily, watching as JB's car dwindles quickly off into the distance, like a bad boy fleeing from the scene of a successful prank. It's just a prank, bro. And when I turn toward the school, the nature of her snare becomes clear. Is Amane sitting there? It's Sachi. That's why. I knew it was someone. I knew it had to be Bitch, are you hiding in the bushes? You're adorable. I love you. Sachi? Sachi stands frozen a little distance away. Her cheeks are flushed red. She's lightly biting down on her lower lip, and her whole body seems to be trembling slightly. Oh, you sweet, adorable muffin baby. She's holding a white plastic shopping bag in her hand, probably on her way back from an expedition to the convenience store by the station. Oh. Oh, you adorable little muffin. No. Hey, hold on, Sachi. I'm pretty sure you're misunderstanding something very badly right now. Please allow me to explain. Oh. Oh. See, this is why I hate her. I am telling you to just God, you weird little just let me talk to you for a second. JB and I aren't. Our relationship, it's not, what the No, it's called a weird hoe and the dude who works for her. That also sounds that doesn't, wait a minute, Oh, alright then. What are you, me with conversations? But no, that's what the look at her. Way too much titty. No, look, you got this. She's just a weird. Fuck that hoe. Just screwing around. It's not. Stop it. Oh, god damn it. Baby girl, no. You poor innocent little sweetheart. Look, Sachi, please, can you just stop? Breathe through your nose like a normal human being for 5 seconds, and just let's talk about this. A little too aggressive, but also cute, but also... What, bitch? What? What? Please, say again. What? Yes. It was very cute, but also very outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. Yes. Yes, you did. No! Jesus Christ, that escalated. Fuck. If it happens, I swear to I'll jump out this fucking way. I will burn this fucking visual novel to the ground. Front wing. I will dissolve my ambassador status tonight. That I don't actually have. But what? No. What the fuck? What? What the fuck do you think of me? What? Stop pointing at me. Look, just get lost. Will you? Michiru's waiting, right? Dear God, anything but this conversation being waited. Oh, Jesus. The fuck? There's no way that was a coincidence. JB must have noticed her. What a skeevy little hoe. What a malicious prank. It's purely worthy of the YouTube algorithms. The dose was way too strong for a girl with no immunity whatsoever. It's true. It's very true. Sometimes Sachi has the will of just an iron tiger. And other times Clarence could just beat her up by looking at her. And Clarence, fun fact, doesn't actually have superpowers. Super Kyle absolutely does. Wonder Clarence, not nearly as much. The lore expands. God damn, JB. I think I might need to give that woman a serious scolding one of these days. Just gotta pick her up and fucking chuck her out the window. She can't be trusted. Stop it. Get some help. I need to stop making that joke. You still here? What's up? How you doing? Can we please fix the topic? She is an acquaintance at best, and 2, I love Amane. She's amazing, and she is technically #1 on the list, but so are you, and Yumiko, and Makina, and Michiru is 0 because obviously she is. So you're wrong on like 12 different levels. Look, I said it was a goddamn misunderstanding, alright? Now get lost already, or I will do the terribleness. I know you're just trying to get rid of her, but damn, son. Unbelievable. Every last goddamn one of them. Even as I mutter my complaints, I wipe my cheek clean with the cuff of my work uniform. JB's pricey lipstick, visibly distinct from the knockoff stuff students buy in convenience stores. It's reduced to a fragment smear on my sleeve of my pea green shirt. It's most distinctively of a grown woman. Weird. To take a whiff, the contrast of a scent of gunpowder soaked into my uniform also pricks my nose. Do I smell? Shit. All this John Wicking around the fucking place is going wrong. Well, whatever. There's nothing I can do about it right now. To be honest, coming back late to this sort of slapstick routine is kind of a bear. Only you can prevent forest fire. What? Especially after years of tension and strain on the job, my feet feel oddly heavy as I walk toward the door. My foot feels like it's broken. Again, I still don't know what happened to it. Back when I was in active duty, I don't think this much would have worn me out. I guess it's probably a little soft. Oh dear. Why is this music so sweet and tender? Huh? Walking past the school building, I'm crossing over the covered pathway leading to the gym when something ahead catches my eye. There's a light in my window. Amane? She actually fucking waited? Yes, of course she did. You don't know how human beings do. Though, I will say, if you get back and she passed out, just being like, being an adorable little drooly muffin, that would be ridiculous, and I'd love it. There was no guarantee I'd even come back. In the first place, there was absolutely nothing in it for her. Why sit around in an empty room? She enjoy wasting her time, but she likes your boot, my boy. So maybe you just be okay with that. On the last route of the game. Oh, damn it. It's fucking with my heart. It really is. I liked it better when I liked one character and not like all of them. Because now it's difficult. I mean, it's not. I still am 100% concrete in my intentions. I'm just saying. It's going to play with my emotions a little. When people put a lot of time into something that produces no concrete benefit to them, this activity can often be classified as a hobby. Maybe sitting around patiently is Amane's favorite past, of course. There are a lot of bizarre hobbies out there, no doubt. That's hardly my place to tell Amane how to spend her leisure time. Even so, I have to say she'd probably be better off finding something slightly more rewarding pursuit. We already talked about hobbies. We've already established it's masturbation for everyone. Of course, whether I'll ever share that opinion with her is another matter entirely. The instant I open the door to my room, the smell of domestic life floods into my nose. For a moment, I hesitate in the entrance, my hand frozen on the doorknob. The scent of another human being mingles with the lingering smell of the sort of cooking, forming a greasy, homely mix. Honey, I'm home. When I was a child and later, when I lived with my master, the scent was ubiquitous, natural. But now, it feels alien to me. My room feels strangely unfamiliar. Also, that may be the first time I've ever actually seen ubiquitous written out loud. That just too... What? Written... Excuse... That's not how words do. Point is, never seen it written, only ever heard it said. Which is why my brain imploded when I tried to read it the first time.
Okaeri.
Hello. Honey, I'm home. Slightly averting my gaze from Amane's unexpected smile, I glance at my wristwatch. It's already past 10 p.m. At my old school, we'd be past lights out by now. Were you waiting for me?
まあね。書き置きだけ残して部屋に戻ろうかとも思ったんだけど、やること
Just gotta pinch your little cheeks, you. You're such a lovable boy. What?
アイロンがけ。
Oh, there's that too. Also, nose, would you stop it? I glance around the room. The clothes I left scattered on the floor earlier are gone. In exchange, a cleaned, ironed, and neatly floated, floated. Fucking haunted clothing. Uniform. School uniform sits next to Amane.
アイロンは海苔がバリバリに効いてる方がいいんだよね。
Yeah, just dump a bunch of potatoes on there. That'll make it work. Yeah. Why that was funny to me. That shouldn't have been. Anyway, in my line of work, any uniform you wear is expected to be stiff as a board at all times. Get spotted with a wrinkle or two, and your spears are going to give you absolute hell as a general rule. Well, that seems fucking retarded, but that's just me. I don't know. I'm the pinnacle of great clothing choices. As a result, I've got an ingrained habit of spraying enough starch on my shirts that you can practically prop them up like a tent after ironing. I can do that too, but because of a different but I'm pretty sure I've... Weird and gross. But I'm pretty sure I've never discussed any of those with Amane before. She probably just noticed my shirt's always crisp and reached that conclusion on her own. Well, it's good that she didn't decide to deep fry him, because that's how I would have tried to do it. Not that this is anything out of the ordinary for her, but she's got a truly impressive eye for this sort of detail. She is the sweetest of bees. Oh. She passes over the uniform with a smile. Upon inspection, there is indeed one button with a slightly different colored thread. It's been sewn on particularly firmly. The sight gives me a strange feeling of deja vu. Deja vu. What's this feeling? Right, back in elementary school, I'd been wearing a shirt with a loose button when someone stopped me, then proceeded to sew it back on right where I stood. My one and only sister, Kazumi Kazuki. Okay. So now, this is a great time to mention this. I mentioned this in the Discord a minute ago because it occurred to me. So Kazuki, I don't know context completely. I don't know how it works or anything like that. I will say, because I try to always be 100% fair with what I do know outside of what has been directly shown to me. Again, I don't know the context. I don't know flashback or what, or ghost. I don't know. But I have seen Kazuki's appearance. I know what she looks like. I don't know why. I don't remember how I came across it. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I am aware of it. I wanted to make sure that that was something that was known. Because again, it's not a big thing. I don't think. Well, again, it's weird. It's like it shouldn't be a big thing, but also considering what I do know of her because of what we've seen in the game already, does make a small bit of me go, context as to why I should know what she looks like. So I don't know. It's a thing. Again, I don't remember where the fuck I came across it, but I absolutely 100% know. So again, just wanted to make sure people are up. I always want to make sure people know what I know going into stuff. Again, I don't know what it is too. Is as of late, the game was having with Steins Gate 2 is just there's been one or two things that I do know of, and I just for some reason always son of a bitch is I always just forget to mention it. When again, I don't know how big a deal it is, but I do feel it is good to make sure you guys always know if there's something else I know. Yeah. Like, there's some things that don't generally matter with that. Like, I don't ever really consider a spoiler. Like knowing of a VA in an anime. I don't give a shit. Usually that's a good thing, because then I'm gonna be like, fuck, now I want to watch that. It's the whole reason I want to watch the sub version of Monica instead of the dub, or the whole reason I want to watch the dub instead of the sub version for Monica is fucking be like, oh, she's in it. Awesome. Or, oh, everyone I love is in the dub. So like, I don't know, it's a difficult thing, but like that's something that doesn't bother me. And generally speaking, an appearance of a character doesn't, but let me rephrase that again. The appearance of a character doesn't mean an appearance of a character can be a different thing. Words. English language, you're a weird one. But like, yeah, so I don't know the context at all, but I figured it was worth mentioning. I guess. Who knows? Again, everyone in the audience could be collectively going, who gives a shit? But I wanted to make sure we knew. Continue, ma'am. Again, I don't remember why I know it either. I don't remember how I saw it first. Or why I know that it was her. But I fucking do. With my luck, it'll be like, you don't actually ever see her once, so I don't know how you could know that. Maybe it's my brain just piecing weird shit out of the universe together, and I'm like, I know what it is. You can't physically know what it is. I don't know. We'll see. Again, probably not relevant for a solid minute, but I just wanted to make sure we knew. I see. Kazuki. I see dead people. Sorry, I don't even know if that came up in the fucking audio. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. It's terrible. It's not funny at all. That's terrible. My head hurts now. You did fine, Amane. It could always be worse. You could make really bad jokes. Oh, I meant to move on. I didn't mean to actually restart the audio, but fuck. Oh no. That's not okay. Let's just move on from this topic. Yeah, thank you. I didn't think about it. Hobbies aren't the only reason people act in unprofitable ways. Sometimes they do it because they're the sweetest of hearts, man. Family. The word wells up spontaneously somewhere in the depths of my chest. Working for someone else without compensation, without any expectation of gain, simply out of affection, as if it's the most natural thing in the world. So family is, or at least so they tell me. Should get yourself a cheeseburger. We have a really good drive-in that I hadn't eaten in years, but then recently we just had it again. And it's the best burger I've ever had in my entire life. It's so unbelievably fucking good. And also just fucking horrible for you, but it's the greatest thing. Oh my god. It's always interesting with food because I have like 3 stages of food. Well, let's say I have 4 stages of food. I have, oh god, I don't like this. And it's very visible. You can tell. It's like, because I always get that because it'll hit me and I'm like, oh god, no, Jesus Christ. Or there's the other one, which is just, this is fucking here. Okay. Eat it so you can live. Or then there's Yeah, man, this is good. Yeah, which is most food that I eat these days. It's just, yeah, good, nice, all right, cool, awesome. But then there's that fourth stage of food that you hit, and it can only be described by the face I make when I do it, or when I eat it, is just, This is the most beautiful fucking thing I've ever put in my mouth. It's just like, those are the four stages, and that last one's very rare. I think I've had that happen 3 times that I can remember off the top of my head, and that was one of them. Anyway, no, I haven't eaten anything. Yeah. Okay, just whip them tits out. I mean, what? Like a baby. Jesus. We may have to add this episode to one of the list of the worst episodes. Not because of the content, but because of the content. God, that one joke was not okay. Smiling casually, Amane heads back to the kitchen with light, graceful steps, then places a plate filled with sweet and sour pork and calamari rings into the microwave. Speaking of which, why is there a microwave in my room anyway? I don't remember it being here when I left. For that matter, there's an unfamiliar rice cooker sitting on the shelf next to it. What's with the fucking microwave? Oh. There you go, man. The pinnacle of gourmet cooking. Better than nothing, though. The rice cooker, too? Oh. I see. The scent that inspired a moment of unease when I entered the room was probably traces of fragrant steam produced by the small rice cooker. Even as a kid, I didn't have much in my way of happy family dinners, but after my parents and sister died... Yeah, again, see, that just is upsetting to me. It was not... Okay. I came to view meals as nothing more than regularly scheduled nutritional supply periods. And now, something inside me shrinks instinctively away from this sort of warm domestic meal. There's always this nagging, almost guilty sense that I don't belong in this picture. Of course, when I was living with my master, there's a few meals like this, but that woman was fundamentally crappy in the kitchen. Huge, how dare you say that to me? I made the greatest potato skins you'd ever eat in your goddamn life. Don't you ever sass me again. Glug glug, fuck you. And rarely bothered to cook a full-fledged meal. The food she served me wasn't inedible, but it was never what you would call tasty either. JB would occasionally stop on a whim and whip something up, and the food was definitely an improvement, but it was hard to get too emotional about it knowing I was going to be cleaning up the mess you guys left in the kitchen. Hey, Amane. I think I've asked this before, but why do you stick to me so persistently? I've definitely noticed that. And again, I get it. I never said I was good at it, but I don't know, I like the idea of caring for people. Again, that's always... Other people's happiness has always been something that matters a lot to me, and I think that's a small part of why I'm here. And again, that sounds stupid and fucking... kind of... fucking... what am I... pretentious, I guess? Just, it sounds like I give what the fuck I do here way more credit than it's worth. I don't know, but I don't know. I think that's the idea why I like to do things that make me laugh, because I know that if I laugh, there's at least going to be someone else out there that laughs because of it. Like, even that stupid I see dead people joke is awful, but I can almost be certain at least one person in the roughly 100 or so people that are going to watch the episode will have laughed because of it. And that really matters to me. That makes me really happy knowing that someone out there just had a little quick moment of, this is pretty cool. I'm having a good time because of it. Again, it's not to the same extent, obviously, as like, oh, I cooked you a dinner and I ironed your clothes and I hope I'm here to give you a good night and all that. But I don't know. I think that's part of the reason why I do enjoy doing this, is I get to sit here and kind of spend a little bit of time with you guys. And in a lot of ways, it's very, very selfish. I've talked plenty of times before about how much better a state of mind I am in because of what I do here than before I was. Again, I was fucking hopelessly goddamn depressed, to the point of very not good things I've talked about before, especially in like talked about in the little Michiru by the sea bit. But yeah, so again, it's very selfish in a lot of ways, and even the whole trying to make other people's days better and stuff like that is selfish in its own right, because again, it matters to me and it makes me feel better knowing that other people are better. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. So I get it, even if it's very debatable if it's to the same extent. But I've talked about it before too. Is one of the first times I ever really interacted with an audience member who, thankfully, I still get to talk to every once in a while, and she's just the sweetest fucking person. It's the person who did the art on my channel. When you go to the my channel on YouTube, the little bit of fan art for the Pokemon stuff, she did that, and again, she's one of my fucking favorite people on the goddamn planet. But like one of the first times I ever talked to her, she mentioned how just it was one of those things, just helping her get through the work day. She'd be able to get home, come off work, sit down, and listen to this fucking jackass play Pokemon for a little bit, and be able to have a laugh or two. And that sort of thing affected me in a way that I don't think I ever would have expected. Because, again, I've always known that I had that sort of, that want to do things to make other people happy and to have them have a good experience and to see people laughing and stuff like that. But actually being able to hear that for the first time fucking actually just made me start crying. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's, again, if it's an era of self-importance, if it just makes me feel better about myself, or if it just makes me feel better knowing that other people are better because of whatever incredibly stupid, unimportant shit I'm doing. I've spent almost an hour on something that probably should have taken about 10 to 15 minutes this episode. But I know at least someone out there is going to appreciate it. Though I'm sure there'll be like, would you just shut the fuck up and play the game? And, and you're right to say that. But to know that there will be people out there that matters to me to an insane extent. And for all as much as just being able to sit here and talk about my own problems and to just be myself, even if it's a little bit of a fucking goofy version of me, knowing that means something to someone else is a huge part of why I don't cry myself to sleep all the fucking time anymore, you know? So it's just, it's one of those things where it really matters to me, and I fully understand that sort of personality. And I wish there was more people like that. Because a lot of the times people get, even if they sometimes will start like that, they'll fade into something else, and it's awful. Like, again, I opened up one of the last videos, I think one of the last Grisaia videos, talking about how fucking incredibly fucking bummed I was finding out that one of the people who's incredibly, like, extremely responsible for me starting YouTube and for falling in love with one of my favorite things of all time again. I completely had given up on something, and they showed up and did this cool shit that made me so interested in it, and it was awesome and it was fantastic, and I couldn't, like, I'm so mad I didn't keep up with this. Fucking great. And now I love it, and it means so much to me being Pokemon. And then I go on later to see that person isn't who I thought they were at all. And it's just like, I can't understand how people become that. I can't. Like, I know I'm not a fucking great person by any means. I'm just a fucking loser. But that means I have to work extra hard to fucking try to do something of importance, to mean something to someone. And I can't understand how people can become so fucking selfish and awful about things. And I don't ever want to be that person. Especially not that kind of person. Holy shit. I'll make jokes till the fucking cows come home, but Jesus fucking Christ. Like, maybe that's why I dig Amane as much as I do, and why I attach myself to certain characters a lot. Because, you know, it's not like a hot take out there to say, oh, compassion is a good thing to have, but it feels like a lot of the time it's missing. And I don't know what, it doesn't matter why you do it, but it matters that you do it, and that means the world. And it's the kind of person I want to be, hopefully for good reasons, but that's the kind of person I always want to be. Anyway, I'm gonna move on, and we're gonna actually keep playing this. We're almost an hour in again, and it probably should have taken 15 minutes. But again, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. You're a good one, Amane. You're a real one. You really expect me to be satisfied with that explanation? I don't know, man. Because it's way too convenient a story. I can't help feeling a little bit skeptical. I mean, when you don't have that sort of thing, when you don't have compassion and caring, it can probably feel really alien and impossible to you. So I would imagine that's where he's coming from on this. A beauty with huge breasts falls in love with me at first sight, then unilaterally lavishes attention on me out of sheer affection. I'm not quite wet enough behind the ears to swallow that shoddy manga-style setup. There's something else behind this. I don't think this is me being paranoid. It seems like common sense. I've never dated anyone in my life. Again, you have a very skewed perception of the world, my man. I mean, well, yeah, I guess. Can't deny that I've got gaps in my knowledge. If she declares this is just how women are these days, I don't have enough points of reference to mount a rebuttal. You got a point. As a result of ignoring reality I didn't want to accept, this country once marched blindly into a crushing defeat, mouthing flowery rhetoric about inevitable victory the whole way. In the same way, dismissing a perspective you can't understand as ridiculous is just an egotistical refusal to admit other ways of looking at the world exists. At the very least, I acknowledge that my values aren't universal. Thanks for the waiting audience. Thank you guys for putting up with my fucking weird shit. Tell me something, Amane. Do you really love me? No hesitation whatsoever. And yet your words still ring hollow in my ears. Is the problem on my end? Well, fine. I guess there's at least one woman out there deranged enough to fall in love with a man like me. I'll accept that as a reality. I'm not gonna accuse you of lying. That's all. I still don't understand why you feel the way you do, and there's no change in the fact that I find overly convenient women vaguely nauseating.
少しは不憫だなとか思わないわけ？
If I started lying to you out of compassion and dating you out of pity, would you really be happy?
たとえきっかけが同情だったとしても、同情のまま終わるような女じゃないもの、私。
I'd turn you around, my boy. You're one hell of a tough, proactive woman, you know that?
惚れ直した？
To be honest, I'm kinda envious.
いいからご飯食べちゃいなさい。
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Bring my hands together in front of the food Amane zapped with loving care in the microwave. Give her my thanks and move my chopsticks toward the plate. Sweet and sour pork and fried squid. It's one hell of a strange combination, thematically speaking, but the taste itself was impeccable as ever, even after the microwave. Her skills at cooking are superb, and in contrast to her seemingly rough, careless attitude, she's unusually attentive to the small details and highly considerate of others' needs. A good woman any way you look at her. Of course, I think that's the exact reason I can't rid myself of my doubts. Why would she fall in love with me, of all people? Fucking delicious.
よかった。
Whatever the case may be, I think Amane's smile is probably genuine, and that's why it makes me feel like there's a thorn stabbing into my chest. Do I even deserve to be loved? I understand that I'm overthinking things, but I can't stop every time I get on this train of thought. I start wondering what I'm even living for, whether there's any real meaning in my survival. I start thinking I must be a pretty pathetic excuse for a human being if I can't believe in that smile. When you get down to it, my master was right. I'm still just a punk kid. Just as my mouth begins to loosen into a self-deprecating smile, the sound of my cell phone, of a cell phone's alert message, message alert resounds inside the room. I instinctively reach my hand in my breast pocket of my work clothes, but the sound didn't come from my phone, which would mean...
あれ、メールだ。
What's up? Amane takes out the cell phone she left carelessly in the pocket of her jeans, opens it, and peers down at the LCD screen.
さっちゃんからだ。
Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Seems the message was sent from Komane Sachi's email address. At the name, my chopsticks abruptly stop. Damn it. Whatever you do, don't read that. For some reason, I have a very bad feeling about this. Apparently finished with Sachi's message, Amane quietly brushes up her long hair with a free hand.
ねえ、ユージ。これ、何？
Some unbelievable bullshit, definitely. Amane holds out her cell phone for my inspection. Naturally, Sachi's email is displayed on the screen. I cannot fucking wait. From Sachin to Suo Amane. Subject, I can't say a thing, and I didn't see a thing. Contents of the email or that single short line, the problem lies in the image attached to it. God damn it, Sachi. It's a camera phone snap. Bitch, you took taking pictures. It's a camera phone snapshot taken only a little while ago. Quite a skillful piece of work, really. In front of the school gate, JB's pressing her lips to my cheek, both arms twined around me. Well, that was, God damn it, is what that was. Involuntarily, I swallow the food in my mouth along with the lump of spit. It goes down my throat like a rock. Okay, Sachi, what happened not saying anything to Amane? I mean, I guess you didn't technically put it in words. That's still cheating. Well, this is Sachi we're talking about. I doubt she did this for the malicious pleasure of it. The burden of keeping the secret was just too heavy for her to bear. In agony with guilt over Amane's ignorance, she probably took advantage of this dubious loophole out of sheer desperation. It was just a stupid prank at JB's. She's starting up a YouTube channel. Man, I mean, she's starting it up in, like, 2016 or some shit, so it's a little out of date, but, you know, damn it. Yeah, prank. Well, let's see. It's kind of a long story, but that's pretty much just how she is. Mind going into that long story of yours? What exactly were you doing with the JB at the front gate? I don't know why that's, her inner monologue sounds like that, because that's not even an accent. That's the logical next question for Amane to ask, but... JB is a naturally wicked woman, prone to harassing me in this way, as unexpected moments just so she can smirk at my agitation. Would be my explanation, I guess, but it hardly seems enough to satisfy Amane. Unfortunately, it also happens to be the truth, so there's not much I can do about it. Yeah, I was. Oh, wait, that doesn't mean this is my job, okay? It isn't, I swear, probably. As far as you can... Oh, no. Also, what the fuck did you just call me? Saying that and that alone, Amane closed the cell phone in her hand with a snap, not betraying any particular interest. Sort of expect you to ask me about the job at this point.
どこで何をしていたの?
Oh, okay. Well, there it is. I told you I work for a cleaning company, all right? Today we were cleaning a 20-story building in Tokyo. But, well, this big rat appeared, and we were still getting set up, so everyone ended up chasing it around. Thing is, though, the rat was unexpectedly nimble. We was actually chasing down the Batman. I don't know what you actually thought my job was. It wasn't something criminal or fucked up. I'm actually Jim Gordon in disguise. Boom. Rip off the not fake mustache. Now it's a real mustache. Another Batman. What? We ended up losing... I don't know why he'd be chasing Batman then. We ended up losing sight of it entirely. If we just let the thing get away, it'd eventually pop out of its hole again and cause more havoc, and our client was telling us, I can't sleep at night when that rat's on the loose, and all that. So we ended up splitting up, tracking it down before the rat. It was pretty sly. It took a good 3 hours before we found it again and finally exterminated the thing. I am intentionally replacing certain nouns with metaphorical analogs, but the information I'm giving Amane is otherwise fairly accurate. I really did spend hours running through the intricate web of sewers under Tokyo in hot pursuit of a rat. Incidentally, a gas mask does absolutely nothing to improve the smell of raw sewage.
へえ、大変だったんだね。
Did sound like it was probably a thing. Yeah, I guess it was, but that's all you gotta say? After promising I'd have a meal with her, I ran off to work all of a sudden, then stayed late without even giving her a call. Not that I possibly could have, leaving her to wait in vain for hours. And to top it off, her reward for my patience is a picture of me flirting around with my boss. But she's not planning to say a word of complaint? I mean, also, again, you didn't do anything. She was fucking evil. I mean, I'm putting up a bit of a defensive front and all, but even I recognize that she kind of got shafted on this one. I think that's what she would have wanted, to be honest. Just slightly different. Anyway, if she grumbled a little bit, I was pretty much ready to give her a proper apology. But this indifferent response is well outside the range of my expectations. To be honest, it's inspiring some serious unease on my part. Generally, aren't women more, jealous creatures? They definitely can be. I mean, men can be pretty fucking jealous too. I'm not exactly an expert, but I've known a few females in my time. As I understand them, women tend to be more selfish about things like this, to the point of irrationality even. You don't have any questions about any of that?
だって仕事の話に口挟まれるの嫌でしょ? それとも何か疑ってほしいの?
Yes. I mean, that's not it, but...
まあ、そりゃね。私よりも仕事を優先したってのは面白くないよ。でも、そうする必要があったから、あんたはそうしたんでしょ?
Well, yeah.
だったら、何も間違っていないじゃない。
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess not, but... Amane is weirdly understanding about this. She's being so reasonable that it's somehow making me feel increasingly guilty about the whole thing. It's kind of a complicated feeling. All of a sudden, some kind of switch seems to have been flipped on inside of Amane. Her eyes narrow into slits and her lips jerk up at the very picture of a smirk.
そうか。もしかしてユージ。
Oh, smug Amane is fantastic.
焼いて欲しかったのかな?
No, that's no.
そうよね。ユージはツンデレだもんね。それじゃあ、焼き餅焼いちゃおうかな。
Spare me, please.
キスしてくれたら許すかもよ。
This woman, exactly how serious is she about this? That's a very good question. No, I think the real question is, how badly is she underestimating men? All right, Amane, close your eyes.
強引。でもそういうの好き。
You are a doofus, and I love you. Clearly confident this is nothing more than a bluff, Amane closes her eyes, jerks up her chin, and fearlessly sticks out her lips. This girl is looking down on me. Maybe I should teach her a lesson. Ah, shit. Shit. Especially since, oh look, an hour and 7 or so minutes in. I guess be closer about an hour and 4, hour and 5, because we were stuck here for a few extra minutes. That being said, cliffhanger. It's not much of a cliffhanger, you know what I have to pick, but Bye. Definitely should have been able to get past this like half an hour ago. Worst. Bye.